To Backbreaking News, episode 184. Yeah. Today we're going to be talking about is WWE. We're in celebration of Rhea Ripley's title win against Liv Morgan on Monday Night Raw a few weeks ago, January 6th. We're going to have a little bit of a topic here. You want me to tell you what I noticed about the WWE Women's Division? In a way, it was better under Vince. Hear me out on this one. Who is this, new epic star? Who is this new star that is any good? What are the stars that are any good? When Vince was in charge, you had, Sasha Banks, Natalya. Ronda Rousey was decent, not the best, depending on her opponent. You had Charlotte Flair, who's still there. You had Becky Lynch. You had Alexa Bliss. Before she started doing all this mystical stuff and hocus pocus junk. And you want me to tell you what? She was somewhat entertaining. You had Mickie James, someone who was the Asuka. You had Naomi. You had Nia Jax. You had so many great women's wrestlers that deserved time. There was a few bad ones here and there, but nowadays it's okay, why? There's no one special anymore. There's no one real talented. Not from that hasn't debuted. I mean, at least from the 2020 who had debuted in 2020 for WWE. Anyone beyond that point has been less talented than Shayna Baszler is even somewhat talented, and she came up during 2020, but they messed it up for her real bad by giving her really bad matches. And, they found a way to mess it up. But ultimately, under Vince, the women's division had groundbreaking. They had the first ever women's Hell in the Cell match, the first women Money in the Bank match. They had the first women's Royal Rumble under Vince. They had a lot of firsts under Vince. Under Triple H, the most exciting thing they get is maybe, if they're real lucky, 2 appearances on a pay-per-view. And they get nothing exciting. They don't get the Hell in the Cell matches. They don't get anything anymore. That's the problem with and then the only thing Triple H does with the women's feud is hey, you're either going to get a straight fight, or that's about all I could do for you. Or I quit match. The same goes for the men. That's about all I'm willing to do for you. And then they just shove the world. They're just go on. And even with Triple H, who's the most exciting star? Sign someone new. All the exciting women's stars are on NXT. You have Roxanne Perez. You have Stephanie Sutton. You have Julia. You have people who are talented enough to be on. You have Zarya, formerly known as Delta. You had, not in the company, you have Wendy Chu, who's basically holds gimmick as she fights in her pajamas, which is more interesting than anything else in the women's division at this point. You have the NXT women's division is stacked with good wrestlers in general. But where is there's been a lot of women's first, but there's never been a woman Inferno match, and never a women's first blood match, and There's a lot of firsts that they still haven't had. Which I don't get is, why won't they pull the trigger on anything exciting for the women's division now under Triple H? Vince McMahon, questionable in theory, but at least he had like themed pay-per-views. He had the first ever women's all pay-per-view. I forgot to mention that in his first. And to great success. It was one of the most successful pay-per-views of that year. And I don't get why not capitalize and make a second one. But that's because Triple H I don't think Triple H sees the women division that... He doesn't see it lightly, but he doesn't see it as important, just like the tag team division. He's too busy worried about the Bloodline, the Judgment Day, and other stuff that is happening to really consider to have a long-time storyline for the women that are interesting. The women's division has there's two firsts under Triple H. The first women mid-card champions, but that's about it. Nothing else exciting happened from Triple H except the women mid-card titles. And the women's division is stacked now, but overall, nothing too exciting, That's just my opinion, so that's where I'm going to end this rant. Goodbye!